how has your time here at Howard, how has it shaped your life? How has it, especially on and off the field or any competition you faced, how has it shaped you, and what is it like being part of such a historic program, and how have you helped shape that program going forward? You know, how do you keep the Bison tradition going?
I met my wife here, so it shaped my life very good. I have sons that are Bisons. I have kids that went to HBCUs. So I think it's important. There's a question going around, are HBCUs still relevant? Yes, now and forever. It's a different experience. I won't talk about anyone else's experience, but I can say the experience here is lifelong. I've known these guys all my life, so yes, HBCUs are important from here and forever.
So far, it carried me through professional football for 10 years. Now I've also coached here at Howard for 5 years. I also coach in got 2 national championships at Howard University too as well. Also I coach up in Canada for also 12 years. So all that carried me, made me the person that I am. My character's always been strong, started here, built here at Howard University, and always a great place.
And what I learned about Howard is community. It's community. I have relationships with brothers that extends over 40,
Close up on 50.
close to 50 years.
What does it mean to have that tradition? What does it mean to be a Bison to you?
Well, for me, it was interesting because I'm a Washingtonian like Greg, and we actually competed against each other. But I didn't realize until after I graduated how many of my aunts and uncles and them had gone to Howard. And so sometimes you stumble up on things without really even knowing it. I literally grew up a couple of blocks from Howard University, not totally understanding as a child how important it is. You can't replace this. You know, oftentimes when you go to other universities, when you graduate, you're done. Been knowing these cats 50 years. I'll know these cats another 50 years because I got a contract. I'm gonna live to be 100 and something. It's amazing the bond and the camaraderie we have at HBCUs forever.
You grow a rites of passage too as well to kind of carry it on and make sure younger folks, even in Canada, I'm selling Howard University. I'm selling all the HBUs at Howard University. There's a huge recruiting market for Division I, but like I said, it builds character. It takes you through every ups and downs in your life, and we all going to experience all that. And having that backbone and building the strength, and all developed here.
Makes a difference.
It's really huge.
Here at Howard and HBCUs, I learned that they stress education, and it's very important as far as to get education. And I always tell young brothers, we spoke with the team last night, and I was telling them at 62 years old, it's good to have an education. You can't play professional football 60 years, but that degree is something that no one can take away from you. We all played the same position, and they taught me more than football. They taught me as far as how I think today to be a man, as far as how to carry myself and responsibility and being accountable.
It seems like the Bison tradition is strong. It lives on, and because of brothers like you and countless others that actually started this and moving it forward, it's the reason why African Americans like myself could stand here in front of you and say, you know what, thank you guys, appreciate it.
Go Bison.
You know, go Bison.
It's you.
I'm here with some of the brain trust, the moms, behind the Bison and behind Real Talk Sportz themselves. So how does it feel to be a woman in sport? Do you feel like it's accepted to be a woman in the sport field and in the sport industry today?
When I'm watching a football game, especially with men, they're like, wow, she knows football. So I'm like, my son's been playing football since he was 5 years old. So I know false starts, I know offsides, I know all those little penalties, and they're always still surprised that they're like, she's a female and knows what she's talking about. So I still get that surprise effect from it.
I just enjoy coming out to the games, and as a past participant of football, just the Friday night lights on the high school level was an educational experience for me, as well as a parental experience for me. But I think more and more athletics dominates in the classroom as much as it does on the field. And Dina and I have been friends since high school. And it's funny that both of our kids are here today representing the collegiate sports world today. And it is not just an experience for the parental standpoint, it's a major experience for women because we are fighting our way into the field of sports.
So Anthony Young is a true freshman, right?
He is a true freshman.
True freshman. So how has that experience been with getting him recruited here? Coach London, he's a great coach, but how is it about, the recruiting, being comfortable with sending him from out of state all the way down in Washington, D.C.? How is that experience getting recruited and now being here?
He went to Central Catholic back in Pittsburgh, and, recruiters are always at Central because a lot of kids come out of there and go on to D1 schools, D2 schools. So there were recruiters coming and calling us back when he was in 11th grade. And we went and visited a few schools. He went to a lot of schools. I think they went to 15 HBCUs. And he said, you know what, Mom, I can see myself at Howard. So he himself went and introduced himself to the coaches here while he was on the tour. And then they, start looking at his film and they start calling him. And then they invited us up for just come to a practice. So me and my husband and Tony came to a practice. And it was we just really felt at home. But it's just once we got here, and talking to Coach London is a wonderful coach. And the O-line coach, Coach Bull, I have to give him a shout out because Coach Bull is a really good guy, and I've talked with him. Coach Marion, he's from Pittsburgh. He's the one who actually recruited Tony. And the whole experience itself it's just been a whirlwind. And my family's just so proud of him, and he's just doing so well. And we're just so happy to be here.
We're wrapping up here at Howard University. They still got one more quarter to claw back in, but it looks like right now Howard might have to take the loss for homecoming. However, they'll be back. I know they'll come back strong, and I know Coach London will have them ready for the next game. So Howard, keep pushing, keep fighting. I'll see you guys next year.